Jin of BTS was reportedly stunned and speechless after receiving news that Jimin had to be rushed to the military hospital in an unconscious state. The sudden information was delivered directly by Jungkook, Jimin's fellow division mate, with a pale face and a barely audible voice. "Young, he just collapsed? I saw it myself," said Jungkook in an internal military conversation that later leaked to social media. This statement not only sparked a wave of concern among armies, but also shook the South Korean public and the global entertainment industry. What exactly happened to Jimin? And why did Bang Si-hyuk leave an important meeting just to visit him? This shocking incident occurred at 11:47 local time at a military training center in the Gangwon-do area. According to information from an internal military source, Jimin suddenly fainted during a physical training session. His body hit the ground without any brace effort, triggering panic among the soldiers. Jungkook, who was at the scene, testified that there were no prior signs. He was running as usual, then his body just lost control, he said to Jin via military communication. Jin's reaction? He was reportedly silent for several minutes, holding his head before quietly saying, "Why did no one see this coming?" What made the situation more complex was the fact that Jungkook, known to be very private about personal matters, finally spoke out about Jimin's condition. In a written report to his division superior, Jungkook explained that Jimin had been suffering from extreme physical and mental exhaustion for the past few weeks. He noted that his close friend often went without sleep, lost drastic weight, and experienced concentration issues. "I warned him, but he said he could endure it. He didn't want to be seen as weak," wrote Jungkook, who then asked permission to accompany Jimin to the hospital, but was denied due to protocol. Jimin's condition, declared to be under intensive observation, dramatically increased public concern. Military doctors stated he was suffering from exhaustion syndrome triggered by a combination of physical strain and intense emotional stress. Bang Si-hyuk, founder and CEO of HYB, immediately left his important agenda in downtown Seoul and rushed to the military hospital. This highly unusual move signified the seriousness of the situation. An internal HYB source mentioned that Bang Si-hyuk looked deeply shaken and said, "I can't lose him. Not like this." It is known that Bang Si-hyuk ordered the formation of a special medical and psychological team to support Jimin's recovery. In HYB's official statement, they stated they would prioritize Jimin's health above all, without performance pressure or public expectations. Even so, the public began to question how such a condition could occur under military supervision that supposedly had strict health monitoring systems. Jin's reaction became its own spotlight. In an audio recording leaked to fan forums, Jin was heard saying emotionally, "If I were there, maybe I could have stopped it. Maybe he wouldn't have pushed himself that far." A sentence that reflects the deep guilt of BTS's oldest member, who is also currently serving in a different military location. On the other hand, Jungkook, who usually refrains from public attention, began to appear vulnerable. According to internal witnesses, he reportedly locked himself in the barracks for a whole day after the incident, even refusing to eat or train. When he finally spoke to his superior, he said that he had never felt fear like this before. In an additional statement delivered through his division spokesperson, Jungkook wrote, "Seeing Jimin fall like that, it felt like losing direction, like watching a part of myself collapse." This incident has sparked a national discussion on the physical and emotional burden faced by South Korean celebrities during mandatory military service. Hashtags like #ProtectJimin, #StayStrongJK, and #SupportBTS topped global trends. Not only fans, but public figures, psychologists, and former Korean army soldiers have spoken up, questioning whether military protocols have been too strict toward public figures who already carry immense popularity burdens even before donning the uniform. Amid the storm of sympathy and speculation, another question arises. Why wasn't Jimin's deteriorating condition detected earlier by the military? Was there a monitoring failure, or was Jimin simply too good at hiding his weakness? Several media analysts are reminding the public not to be swayed purely by emotion, but to also question the narrative being formed. Many are asking whether Bang Si-hyuk's dramatic hospital visit and the viral video capturing HYB CEO's emotional expression happened naturally or were part of a crisis communication narrative designed to protect the company's and BTS's image during their hiatus. This could be authentic, but also possibly a highly effective choreography of emotion, said a digital media analyst from Seoul University. Jimin's latest condition is now declared stable, but not yet fit to return to training in the near future. He remains under 72-hour full observation, with a 2-week ban on physical activity. The injury to his left arm due to the fall is also reported to have severe bruising, though it caused no bone damage. One thing can no longer be ignored. This incident shows how vulnerable a global figure can be, even within the most disciplined system. He is not just an idol on stage, but also an ordinary human being who can break under pressure. Jungkook, Jin, and even Bang Si-hyuk, 3 figures known to be strong and reserved, have all shown their emotional side amidst this crisis. A profound question now echoes in the public's mind. Is everything we see today the whole truth? Or are we being presented with a perfectly designed narrative meant to touch our hearts? The truth might not be as simple as what appears on the screen. But one thing is certain. This event has opened a new chapter in public discourse about the treatment of artists during military service. The public now waits. Not just for updates on Jimin's health, but also for systemic reforms that are more humane for those who, despite their fame, still have human limits. The incident involving BTS's Jimin has shaken public opinion on an extraordinary scale. In less than 24 hours since the news spread, social media has been flooded with videos, analyses, speculations, and theories surrounding what is called the most emotional military incident ever experienced by a K-pop celebrity. However, behind the flood of emotions and moral support, we are faced with a more fundamental question than mere sympathy. Are we truly witnessing a real event, or is this a highly organized fabrication? Let us assess this critically. Most of the information about Jimin's collapse, Jungkook's panic, Jin's shock, and Bang Si-hyuk's sudden actions comes from social media like TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and several online news portals with varying credibility. In today's digital era, where every individual can be a journalist and every video can be edited to create a certain narrative, how can we be sure that everything we see is a factual representation of the actual event? Do you truly believe that a CEO like Bang Si-hyuk would spontaneously leave a strategic meeting for an artist without a crisis communication agenda behind it? Is this purely personal concern, or are there other factors such as public pressure, shareholder demands, or media strategies to maintain HYB's relevance during BTS's hiatus? Jungkook, known for being private and highly selective in expressing emotions, suddenly issued a deeply emotional public statement. "I've never felt this scared," he said, as quoted by his division's spokesperson. But have we asked ourselves, who released that statement? Did it truly come from Jungkook directly, or was it written by the internal communications team and then disseminated to create a moment of mass empathy? It is important to understand that collective empathy can be a very powerful tool in the entertainment world. Short videos showing sad expressions, dramatic hospital meetings, or suppressed tears at the airport can be monetized in the form of attention, exposure, even indirect financial support through increased sales, fan donations, and image recovery. So the question is, was this incident a real tragedy, or just the latest episode in a narrative designed to revive global attention on a commercially inactive BTS? We are not saying this event isn't real. However, we invite you, the readers, viewers, and loyal followers, to ask, to what extent can we ensure the authenticity of this information? Have we become passive consumers of emotions that are systematically produced? Several viral videos showing Jimin being carried on a stretcher, Jungkook screaming hysterically, and Bang Si-hyuk hugging medical staff have circulated widely. But the sources of these videos are unclear. Who filmed them? Why could such intimate footage leak from a military environment known for strict privacy? Could this have happened without agency approval? Or conversely, Were the videos part of a narrative distribution strategy? This event places the public in a very vulnerable position between sincere empathy and potential information manipulation. This is where the importance of cultivating healthy skepticism lies. Skepticism is not cynicism. Skepticism is a tool that protects us from misleading information. It prompts us to ask, who benefits? Why is this being spread? What is being hidden? Let's reflect together. In a world where algorithms determine what we see, how do we know the information we consume is not just a shadow of what certain parties want us to see? Are we witnessing reality, or reality curated to appear touching, dramatic, and moving? Thank you for reading critically.